Are you passionate about achieving a successful and happy life? Do you desire to achieve a life of significance? Do you have the zeal to make a difference? All these are possible, and some people achieve them. You can also achieve them. Those who achieve them have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hands, 2 legs and 1 head as you do. They are not from another planet. They are unique people because they have vision and self-discipline. You can achieve a successful and happy life. You can achieve a life of significance. You can also make a difference. But there will be challenges, difficulties, adversities, failures and mistakes while striving to achieve these noble goals. If you are truly passionate about achieving a successful and happy life, one of your worst enemies must be making excuses. If you are sincerely desirous of achieving a life of significance, you must guard yourself against making excuses. If you honestly have the zeal to make a difference, you must have no business with excuses. Excuses are among the worst enemies of success. Excuses are also among the worst obstacles to success. They are very hostile to success. Excuses are failure catalysts. They are also failure accelerators. But what is an excuse? Excuse is the justification for failure. Excuse is also the defense for doing what you ought not to do, or the defense for not doing what you ought to do. Excuse is the reason you give to exonerate yourself from a wrongdoing. This is the reason there is no room for excuse when you achieve success, or when you do the right thing. There are 1,000 ways where there is a will, but 1,000 excuses where there is no will. There are 1,000 excuses for anything you do not want to do. Making excuses is one of the strengths of the weak. Making excuses is also one of the strengths of failures. According to George Washington, 99% of failures are people who have the habit of making excuses. Successful people have no business with making excuses. The path to failure is filled with the potholes of excuses. No one has ever walked on the road of failure without passing the streets of excuses. No one has ever achieved success through excuses, and no one will ever achieve success through excuses. If you are good at making excuses, it is not likely that you will be good at doing anything. This is the reason Benjamin Franklin remarks that anyone who is good for making excuses is seldom good at anything else. It is very disappointing observing the amazing creativities of failures while inventing excuses to justify and defend their failures, mistakes, and wrongdoings. Excuses usually come after failures, mistakes, or wrongdoings, and they are inevitable in life. Though they have strong capacities to assist us achieve success, we frustrate their mission when we invent excuses to justify and defend them. This is one of the worst consequences of making excuses. Rather than wasting your precious time inventing excuses to justify your failures, or defend your mistakes and wrongdoings, you should invest your time in learning from your failures and mistakes. You should do away with excuses if you want to achieve a successful and happy life because it will destroy your life. You should also do away with excuses if you want to achieve a life of significance, or make a difference. Excuses have no positive impact on anyone's life. Excuses have never, and will never make anyone succeed. If you are honest with yourself, you will admit that no excuse is acceptable for failure or mistake. No excuse is acceptable for not doing what you ought to do, or for doing what you ought not to do. This does not mean that you cannot make mistakes. It means that you should learn from your mistakes. This does not mean that you cannot fail. It means that you should not be a failure. My dear friend, get up. Wake up. The time to take steps to translate your dreams, visions, desires and aspirations into realities is now, not tomorrow. Tomorrow may be too late. Believe you can, and surely you will do exploits. Give your best to life so that you will get the best from life. You should do away with excuses because a life that is full of excuses is not worth living. You should also do away with excuses because a life that is full of excuses is destined to end in failure, frustration, and agony. Success is your destiny and birthright. You should shield your destiny from the destruction of excuses. Do you enjoy watching this video? If you do, please subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscription button below. This will afford you the opportunity to watch other videos in this channel, especially those that will be uploaded later. Thanks for watching.